stream to get going with OBS, it looks like. So I am live now with you. Stream is not dead. Obviously you can't hear this, but anyways, so basically I need to capture this game in windowed mode. And it creates some problems. I think if I wind up with the taskbar problem again, then I'm just gonna have to live with it. But I know I was monkeying around with some of the settings before, and hopefully, hello Masamagoma. Yeah, we'll see how this run works. Now the drawback is, the reason I was really reluctant to do this loading again is there is a really, really long loading screen for this game. So, oh, that's not promising. I hope it doesn't do that during the game. Also, you guys can see the frame rate. I will get rid of that momentarily. Oh, it didn't do that again. Okay. I kind of want to see it, because this is one of the ways that I can know whether or not stuff's working out. But yeah, campaign. I'm just going to double check my... yeah, of course it will. Yeah, I think all of this was already tested. I did, for the hell of it, take it to Nightmare. There's a lot of detail in there. Now, what really interested me was Nightmare mode, which I don't know if it's locked or not. Yeah, so I was somewhat tempted to do Nightmare mode, but I think because I don't have the option of reversing, and especially because of the lack of tutorials, I'm going to have to do it on Ultra Violence, which I feel slightly bad about. But in this case here, I understand there's a few mechanics that I actually do need explained to me. So you can mock me, you can laugh at me all that you want, but I'm going to have to go for a slightly lower difficulty. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this. So, and if you just give me a second here, I'm gonna do one more tweet out just in case people missed it. Yeah, so I mean, there's really no. This game requires no introduction. It's a, it's a reimagining of the original Doom game. They did a great job of it. It's what's really interesting about the new Wolfenstein and the new Doom is that they were able to retain what was good about the original games. How you doing, Captain Zergi? So they were able to retain some of those elements that worked so well for the originals, but they as I'm fond of saying, like, they didn't forget that there's been a couple of decades worth of game development and like advancements in terms of design. So again, I suspect this is the equivalent of Uber. But the fact that there's no tutorials actually is a problem for me. So I'm going to do Ultraviolence, and then if I really like it, I'll just do another one on Nightmare, and then maybe Ultra Nightmare. I don't know. So you walk eternally through the Shadow Realm, standing against evil where all others falter. May your thirst for retribution never quench. May the blood on your sword never dry, and may we never need you again. Korax entry 717. Press space to continue.
They are rage, brutal, without mercy. But you will be worse. Rip and tear until it is done.
I don't know about you guys, but I just shot a bunch of aliens with my cock out.
We have to contain this.
Cannot determine the cause of the demonic invasion until the Resop satellite is brought back online.
Hello, Kaylee Cakes.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
So guys, a secret, there are two fine ladies who are responsible for me playing this game right now. First of all, this game looks amazing. Kaylee Cakes is a very dear friend of the cast's. I always say that she's a DayZ streamer, but she is a proper variety streamer. She does a lot of stuff. She's actually one of the few people who I will watch play DayZ. But she's a wonderful caster, and she does enjoy when I sort of cut loose and play first-person shooters. And Doom is definitely the one to beat in terms of first-person shooters. So I had to make sure that she was there. Hey, Silver Nightwing, yeah, we just did our first batch of aliens. Nothing too special going on. Thank you so much, Jesse Quill, for the host. I know you were hosting a very dear friend of the cast, so it means a lot that you did that. How you doing? I was just introducing you and Kaylee. Because Kaylee is one of the other people I was thinking of when I decided to do a first-person shooter. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Jess. I don't even remember how many. I think that's 8 months. But yeah, Kaylee Cakes is wonderful. She's one of the people who's encouraged me to do some more first-person shooters. So if you guys like it when I do stuff like that, she is the reason. Jesse Quill is the person who I kind of grilled on a bunch of different games that I could play tonight, and she's sort of assented to Doom as well. Both of them are absolutely outstanding casters. Jess is obviously my mod as well, a very dear friend. I kind of regret that I haven't been seeing her cast recently. I know it's been a little infrequent, but she's been playing a couple of games that I plan on doing in the future as well. Both of them are wonderful broadcasters, both for different reasons, but also very similar ones. They're people who are incredibly supportive of me. Jess is one of my dearest friends, somebody who puts up with me at my worst and makes me sort of strive to be my best. And I think both of these fine casters also show me how, how much more I have to learn in terms of broadcasting and basically getting better at this, this kind of routine. I know I'm definitely giving both of them very short shrift, but they are two people who I give just top marks. You really need to be following them. They're people who will play stuff that I think you guys find interesting, and their personalities that simply can't be matched. And I will give special mention. Jessie Quill will be responsible for another game that I'm playing soon. I'm going to have to watch her play through afterwards. And I also wanted to give special mention to Kaylee Cakes, who is coming here after and probably during a rather bad sickness. So it means a lot to have both of these people here. I know Jess is under a lot of demands for her time, and Kaylee is on a lot of demands for her health. So two people who make the chat better for being here, and I hope both of you realize how much it means to me that you're here. So I'm gonna start shooting some aliens, and if you don't like your shoutouts, please let me know and I will do a better one. Glory kills. Dealing damage to demons will cause them to stagger, which is indicated by a blue highlight. Move into close range, and when the highlight turns orange, press F to perform a glory kill. Attack demons from any angle, including from above, to perform different glory kills. Glory killing demons will always drop health. So incidentally, guys, I have never played a Doom game before this. I've obviously seen Doom. Don't forget to shout yourself out, Jess, by the way. You have me at a disadvantage because I think if I tab out of the game, there's going to be problems. But I do want you to be properly recognized, even if I did roll your shout out into Kaylee's. So, what I'm getting from this is that basically you are the same Doom character from the first game. That basically there's a continuity between the stories, and that you've been called for one last job. And I'll maybe talk about some of the things that they did. I'm going to just get past the first mission and like all the tutorial stuff so I can talk about how I like touches like the glory kills and how I think they made for a good modern game. But I think you guys just want to see what that looks like. This is Nightmare? Easy peasy. I'm actually slightly tempted to go back and change the difficulty, but... Okay, well, I guess I don't need to talk about the difference between the two games, huh? No, I'm going to talk about them. Again, it's not that I don't know what Doom isn't, it's just that I haven't played it personally, so... By the way, if I was called for some kind of a voice acting job and that involved the words demonic presence indicated, I would have words with my employer. Oh, cool, so it's high power shot.
Demonic presence at unsafe level.
Okay, now it's gotten real. So one of the first things that you'll notice about this game is there's no reloading, which is fascinating because you'd think the number of FPSs that you've played, and you always kind of take it as axiomatic of a first-person shooter that you're going to need reloading. But it almost seems... Holy crap. I don't know where that damage is coming from, but I don't like it. Is there such a thing as a safe level for a demonic presence? Bring it, nerds. Alright, I really wish I knew how to get out there. But yeah, so one of the things that seems to be a choice in this game is anything that gets between you and blowing away aliens is removed. So with that in mind, anything that involves basically, you know, a reload, it's like, well, why does this need to be an obstacle between me and, you know, blowing these things away? And it's funny, like if you're doing a realistic military sim, then it's like, yeah, you want to include a reload because you want to have some degree of authenticity. But this is a game about shooting shooting demons on Mars. Like I'm pretty sure nobody's going to sit down and say, you know what, I really think this game needed a reload function. And I think this is one of the reasons why I really like playing modern games, is that they are not afraid to go to things that you would consider to be, you have to have these inclusions. And they just go back and they say, you know what is the reason for including this thing? The reason why I mentioned this is because I went to a game jam on, I guess it's 2 weekends ago now. And I had to, so there's a suggestion that I made in terms of it. And I don't want to, I think you guys have sort of learned that while I might vocally complain about things, I don't like slagging people, especially in their absence. But one of the things that I noticed was that there was like a stamina system that was sort of introduced to the game. Oh, wow, it's only got 20 for the clip. That's interesting. Oh, so you've played Doom. I wasn't sure. But I will get out of this room, but I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. But yeah, so basically somebody comes up with this idea that there needs to be basically like a stamina mechanic. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, why is that in there? Like, why did people feel that was necessary? And the... you know, so I sort of hear them out on it, and they're like, well, the player needs to, you know, they need to know to move on or something along these lines. I'm like, well, this is a narrative-based game, right? Like, if they want to enjoy more of our content, like, I don't see any reason why we need to tell them, you know, you only get 20 events and that's it. Like, it's like, well, they're just going to be able to do whatever they want. And I'm like, well, isn't that kind of the point? Like, we want to create an experience that they sit in. And like, it was very difficult for me to try and divest this person of this assumption that because it was sort of a mobile style game, that it had to have a stamina thing. And it's like, well, you know, we're not trying to get people to pay. We're not trying to do any of these things.
Cannot be allowed to leave this place. He would ruin everything.
But yeah, the fact that it's really interesting to see people who. And I mean, like, I'm probably guilty of this too. Like, there's so many things that I can sit down and say, well, there has to be this, right? So, you know, a strategy game, you know, once upon a time it was like, well, you have to have turns. And it's like, well, why do you have to have turns? What if you did it real time and you get Warcraft or Dune? You know, some of the greatest little innovations come through. And this one is a really intuitive one, which is to say, again, what is the fun thing about this? You want to blow away as many monsters as you can, and you want to remove as many impediments as possible. So what do? Well, number one, you remove reloading. What's the other thing that you do? Well, sure, you can find health, but you know what would be another cool thing? Is that you can do a particularly stylish kill, and that makes a little bit of like health pop out. If you look, almost every decision in this game is entirely about, it's almost the same way that you have like loot pinatas in Diablo. This one is, how many different ways can I kill monsters and aliens? And how do I remove as many impediments as possible from having that happen? And yes, I am not playing Stellaris.
I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
Okay, that was a really cool intro. One thing that I love too is the way that they did the little moment where he says, you know, everything was for the betterment of mankind. You notice they put the camera down like this before returning back to the doctor with the most terrifying voice in the world. Could you imagine going to a checkup with Dr. Samuel Hayden? And then obviously that callback to the Doom theme. That's fantastic. I am really, really enjoying this. I would argue that Stellaris Utopia is probably the closest thing to a must-buy DLC in Stellaris, because it gives you the Ascension perks as well as the Hive Mind. But yeah, Masamagoma, honestly, February 22nd is when Apocalypse comes out. So you can probably get it on sale. But yeah, if you think it's worth it, I would definitely recommend buying Utopia. I'm doing really well, Kelly Cakes. I like this a lot. So I should just double check. You, did you get a chance to play this? I can't remember if you wound up, if this is one that you've played or not, or if you played Wolfenstein. I keep forgetting. Sorry, guys, just 1 second. I'll try and like keep the action going. I just need to get a little bit of preliminaries out of the way. Okay. So incidentally, guys, I know Twitter is probably my least one of my least active sort of platforms. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, cool. Oh, that's actually a really smart idea. So they it says impact compensation. So that, I guess that's an introduction in terms of saying that you don't take fall damage, or at least you don't take as much as you might imagine from other games. That's really smart. But yeah, so for those of you who do follow the Twitter, you'll notice that I put out an article that was about sort of the outsourcing or offshoring of certain game jobs, and how environments, UAC. Oh man, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Okay. Despite the discovery of liquid water on Mars in the 21st century, the colonization of Mars had little appeal beyond exploration for the next century. The discovery of the Argent Fracture, a transdimensional stream of unrefined Argent plasma, in 2095, settling and mining Mars became both practical and essential to meet the vast energy demands of Earth. However, the need for atmospheric conversion and terraforming of the Red Planet was a task that seemed insurmountable to all but one corporation, the UAC. Through their diligent dedication to technological advancement and forward thinking, the outpost was established in MTC 2096 to extract the Argent plasma from the fracture. When this plasma is subjected to UAC's fermionic transference pattern, Argent energy is produced. This remarkable venture eventually bore fruit, as Argent energy became the primary source for all Earth. New visitors to the UAC facility may take for granted the rich atmosphere while on the surface, but it should be remembered that just a few short decades ago, Mars was an inhospitable desert that could support no life. Unauthorized exploration into the exclusion zones outside the base is not allowed under any circumstances. Highly volatile experiments and artifacts are frequently researched a safe distance away from the base, and your safety in these areas cannot be guaranteed. You own it, you've played a few times, you struggle with having to constantly move because you prefer to be more tactical. Yes, this is definitely a game. Yeah, so this is the trick, Eyes of Sin. I personally, Green Onion VR, thank you very much for that follow. I mean, I really like super kinetic things, but I've never played Doom. I was not allowed as a kid, and by the time I got to play it, like, there was just other stuff out there. There was like Half-Life and, you know, all these other shooters, which were, you know, they were in 3D. I got to play Quake. Like, it was just I think it was the fact that it was demons in Doom was like the big problem. That, or maybe it just got a lot of attention. Mortal Kombat was another one like that. But yeah, so I never actually got to experience Doom myself. Studies of demons entering this dimension have shown that their conduct is not purely vindictive. There is a method behind their actions. When a demon captures its prey, the fresh kill is taken to a temporary ceremonial site where arcane rituals are performed on a pile of blood and gore. When enough corpses have been gathered, the ceremonial site becomes a gore nest. These sites, imbued with hell energy from the rituals, act as umbilical cords to hell. Extreme caution must be taken when approaching a gore nest. Attacking the nest, or indeed any demons within close proximity to the nest, will act as an alarm and siphon more demons from hell. Combat shotgun. The UAC shotgun disperses a spread of high-velocity buckshot for maximum impact against the enemy, ideally suited for the operative who requires a speedy response to deadly close encounters. A wide coverage of this weapon loses impact at long range. The weapon is forged from high-quality titanium steel to ensure maximum reliability, repeat rate, and yield strength. Pistol, UAC, EMG sidearm. Every UAC employee is provided with a standard UAC EMG energy matter gel sidearm upon promotion to Tier 2 and above. The sidearm is reliable and effective at short range. Gravity gear dynamo with stock charges and a capacitor whenever the operator moves. When the weapon is fired, the capacitor compresses up to 4 megawatts of argent energy into a hardened plasma gel and launches the slug at high velocity. The gel slug has the same impact properties as conventional ammunition. El Canoe, thank you very much for that host. We're playing more Bethesda games, as you can see. Has the same impact properties as conventional ammunition, making the weapon act and feel as a standard ballistic firearm. The weapon is constructed of thermally diffuse metal alloys which allow it to discharge rapidly and repeatedly without overheating or compromising the accuracy. The capacitor in the EMG can also be upgraded to concentrate the energy into one large pulse for more stopping power. I'm just doing all this right now because I don't need to worry about... I'm not going to do this during the middle of well, it's owned by Bethesda, isn't it? I've played New Order and Old Blood, but I have not played the new Colossus yet. You went to a church that frowned on the fact that you read Harry Potter because of witchcraft. Yeah, that's a shame. That's like banning Shakespeare because it has witches in it. All right, we've killed 12 imps. These ferocious and agile demons are found all over hell and are often used on the front line in a concerted attack in either dimension. They revel in battle, feeding off their victims while hunger takes them. Anyways, yeah, what I meant to say on this was it's a follow-up to your host from last week where we were playing old school Wolfenstein. So anyways, thank you very much. Guys, if you don't know El Canoe, I think he's played this game. I've definitely seen him do the Wolfenstein games. Last I saw him, he was playing Dark Souls 3. I got to watch a little bit of that, but I know he's been playing some stuff other than that, and I've been back into my bad habits of working too late and then doing my own casts. So it was actually the fact that I wasn't able to cast one night that allowed me to catch his Dark Souls stream. But another wonderful caster. He's casts in French, but he, if you don't understand a word of French, that's fine. He is perfectly entertaining on his own. One of the few people who I think can cover a cast regardless of language, and I definitely give a really strong recommended. The Possessor created in the Lazarus Wave event, a phenomena first discovered by Dr. Olivia Pierce during her Lazarus project. While most victims exposed to the Argent biowaves will expire without further effect, some subjects will absorb traces of Argent energy and enter a state of posthumous vigor. Despite necrosis of the internal organs, with the exclusion of the brain, the victim continues to animate and exhibit low order of sentience for weeks or even months after clinical death. Posthumous brain activity in the possessed is limited to instinctive behavior. The Possessed are known to be territorial when confronted by the living. When isolated, they will often enter a dormant state for extended periods of time. They will stand unmoving for days or weeks at a time until prevented with a live food source or threatened by a predator. Doby1, thank you very much for the follow. An interesting behavior has been seen when the possessed are held in small groups. They will drag human corpses to a central location within their holding pens and perform a silent ritual around a pile of bodies. The resulting ceremonial site appears to be the initial stages of a gore nest. These actions must be driven by telepathic communication with higher-ranking demons, as there is no local brain activity that can manage such choices. The possessed will perform these tasks even when limbs are removed or Pavlovian pain responders are implemented in their cortex, further cementing the theory that they are unwilling slaves performing an integral part of the life cycle of the demons. The possessed create the birthing ground for new demons, and upon expirations are themselves used as fertilizer for the gore nest. We've got the Praetor suit. Additional relics were found in the tomb alongside the Doom Marine, some incantation tablets, and an ancient combat suit, which was given the name the Praetor suit. When found, it was encased in an inscribed stone tomb. The suit was extracted from rock, cleaned, and subjected to numerous tolerance tests, and found to be almost impervious to any damage. It appears to have some mechanical function as well. Small receptors on the gloves and chest plate that attracted Argent plasma and dissipated it through capillary tubes in the substructure. Markings on the armor were also consistent with images of a man or humanoid seen in several of the tablets and stones found on other expeditions. The same markings were also noted on the Helix stone. Despite it being clear that the suit can be activated in some way, no method has yet been found to do it. It appears to be missing a component, likely the Doom Marine himself. Left alt will I view? I don't need to see. All right, let's go back to the task at hand, which is owning noobs. And apologies if I'm not very responsive to chat. Okay, I'm actually going to see how far I can fall down. Cool. Oh, that's a lot of them. Wait, there's a... Oh. Suck it! Damn it! I don't believe that. Oh, shit. I can't believe that didn't kill it. Ah, I thought that was explosive. Jesus Christ. Get out of there. I am not really good on my aim right now. Ah, damn it. Got my health back. But yeah, so like I said, one of the first things that got my attention on this was the absence of reload, and one of the reasons why I found that was I've instinctively, from other games that I've played, just automatically wanted to do a reload. I definitely need to get better at my aim, seeing as there's only 20 shots in the shotgun. I think it's possible the reason behind that decision is obviously there's a lot in this game that that basically forces you to move. If you're standing still, then you're probably dead, unless you're playing on an easier difficulty. I really wanted to try Nightmare. I'm pretty sure I would have died in that encounter if I was playing on Nightmare. But yeah, so I think the trade-off is that you're not necessarily going to have as much ammo, and I think, so far as I can tell, the reasoning behind that is to give you another reason to move. I could be wrong. But the other thing that's neat about that too is, of course, it forces you into a variety of other weapons as well. So obviously, like I think in the original Doom, your default sort of infinite ammo weapon was a pistol, or so not a pistol, was a fist, which technically I get through hitting the F key. I didn't manage my glory kills particularly well, but all right, find the blue access key. This, by the way, I was a little surprised. Okay, how do I get that? This I was a little surprised to see that they kept, because obviously the whole maze, trying to find a way to there's got to be a way. Well, if there is, don't have it here. There we go. Oh, cute. But yeah, so I don't think anybody, when they're talking about sort of the nostalgia for old first-person shooters, I don't think anybody particularly liked the idea of, oh, you went across the level just so you can get some little card so you can come back to... incidentally, I think that's another way that they teach you how to jump up on the sides of things. So notice, of course, it seems that all the basic concepts of the game, like frag grenade. Press left control to use an equipment item when you have it available. Equipment items are on a recharge timer. that must complete before they can be used again. The equipment system can be improved by upgrading the Praetor suit. Cycle through available equipment by pressing F2 and F1. Secrets explore the environment to find secret areas. They contain useful items, but also contribute to earning weapon upgrade points and collectibles. There are 2 UAC Marine Guy collectibles in every map. Each one you find will unlock a model that can be viewed using the collectibles menu. See if you can find them all. I'll probably try and do that on my own. Hey, Troll, it's the original Doom games used to give you and your friends nightmares on a scale you haven't seen in your younger brother generations. Cool. Yeah, I should probably go back and play them. I didn't feel any particular reason to... I didn't feel any particular reason to, oh, damn it. I didn't feel any particular reason for me to, it's definitely overkill, you know, to play them before I did this. But, oh, that's cool. But it would be sort of neat to see the source material that they were working with, obviously. Do you play the old... No, I never did. I played Wolfenstein, but not the old Doom games. So this is... I mean, again, I've seen people play them. Like, it's not a mystery to me as to what Doom was. I also was talking about the original default weapon. So, like, in the case of this Doom, right, you hit F to use your fist. I prefer this because you're actually given a reason to do glory kills in this game, which is health. Whereas the... like it seemed like a bad thing in the old game if you like ran out of ammo. Like, no, I don't think anybody seriously wanted to use the fist. You don't want to use the chainsaw, but I don't think anybody wanted to do like the fist. That was more of a I screwed up and needed to, you know, and I need to compensate for this screw up somehow. Okay, these are not particularly intimidating enemies, but what would be a sneaky thing for them to do would be to have these things sneak up behind me. So that was a checkpoint. I'm wondering if I should... Okay, I don't think I'm ready to go up. Oh, this is just map data. Auto map. The mission tab will show you the auto map, available mission challenges and exploration items that can be found in your current location. Cool. The hell was I gonna say? And kids today seeing the old Doom games make you feel the same way that you do when you see horror movies from the 40s and 50s? That's a tough call, because like there's... I mean, so if you look at like the schlocky Roger Corman kind of stuff, then I think like people are just gonna think that's like impossibly tame. But it's worth remembering that like people like James Cameron and stuff and people like that got their training at Roger Corman's film studios. There's actually the films, for what they were, wound up training a generation of filmmakers that wound up legitimately scaring us with films like Aliens and stuff like that. The gnarly, yeah, I'm just getting into it, obviously, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Obviously, I'm spending some more time talking, but the Praetor Suit tab allows you to upgrade a variety of the Praetor Suit's capabilities. Here, you can spend the Praetor Suit tokens on available upgrades and view requirements to unlock remaining categories. So, variable mental resistance upgrades improve resistance to environment explosive damage, area scanning technology, equipment system. I do like the idea of taking... So the thing I like about this is I can basically just walk up and punch a... like a what do you say, a one of the you know what I mean, like one of the explosive barrels. I kind of like having more options in combat. Hello. Saved. There was something else I was going to say about movement, but I forgot. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that they have melee as an option for every weapon is definitely something that I prefer. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else for me here. I suppose I can check the map, but... Well, that's interesting. I thought I already picked that one up, but... Yeah, we talked about getting... Oh yeah, so obviously... Okay, so resource management is kind of back in the sense that you have very little ammo. But the thing that I like about this is, again, the glory kill giving you like the little... I actually think the balance in terms of like the glory kill and... Oh, that's right, it was the grenade. So this is one thing that really got my attention when that came up in the tutorial. So the fact that, like, I think just like everybody else, like I'm a notorious hoarder in games. And it's kind of interesting that what they did was basically... You no longer look at something like a grenade as something that you, it's like a resource that's, it's not like a resource that you have a finite amount of that you're going to lose. What they've done here is they've set it's more of a timer. And despite the fact that, so like, it's really funny when you look at it, right? Which is you can design a level and you can have roughly an idea of how people are going to behave in it. And you'll know there's like, okay, so we're basically giving you like a grenade per minute in this level design. Obviously, like there's no one generic playthrough of a game, but you can have a roughly good idea of how people are going to react to the game, right? Like, I'm probably going to be a little bit slower because I spend too much time talking, but by and large, I think you can sort of expect what most players are going to do with a certain map, especially nowadays because there's just so much, like obviously there's a little green light over here which is going to draw my attention. You'll actually notice whenever I'm kind of going around these corners and things like that, there's always a light to sort of drive me towards a particular location. Combat support drone, weapon modifications. So, charge burst, hold the weapon mod button to charge a 3-round burst with a tighter spread, or explosive shot, hold the weapon mod down to charge an arcing explosive round. Oh, I definitely prefer the charge burst. This also seems to be employing the Gears of War Doom guy is a badass rule, where like there's nothing... Like, you know, how does this guy upgrade his weapons? Well, he punches the bot that gave it to him. All right, I'll skip the entries because I've been talking too much during the game and there's not enough killing of aliens at the moment. Okay, there's a few more guys than I thought there would be. God, I love this game. Damn it. Oh my god, that's good. Rogusagi, how you doing? Alright, like that's horrible for my ammo, but that is an amazing mod. But yeah, so anyways, the fact that they make it time-based rather than a counter that's going down. So for instance, I have no idea how long it's going to take, but I don't feel bad about the fact that I just threw a grenade at them. Whereas if this was like Skyrim or something like that, like I would be feeling a sense... This is the biggest thing, is that because you know it's going to be respawning, you don't feel a sense of loss throwing that grenade. Despite the fact that in practical terms, like if the game doesn't give you the resources you need, then it's not a very well-designed game. Ah, crap. But there's just the psychology behind it of, you know, of loss aversion. For those of you who are reading the addiction article, where the hell is he? For the addiction article, like, we were talking about how people are loss averse. This is probably wasteful of the ammo, but where are you, little... Damn it! Whoa! Apparently I like using the shotgun at range and the pistol at close range. I think I'm doing it wrong. Well, crap. Hopefully I can get that sweet, sweet armor. There we go. Was there any health left? I don't think so, but I want to double check. Nope. I'm gonna have to earn it through kills. Was it everything you were hoping it would be, Jess? I should also ask that of Kaylee. Ah! My health. Oh crap. That was probably optimistic to jump up there. I really could use more health, but then I have a feeling on this difficulty level they don't want me to be at full health for the whole time. I will admit I still try to go for headshots on them, despite the fact that there is clearly no advantage to me doing that. It's the one way I know I'm not going to get health. Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. I hope nothing nasty saw me. Well, hello there. Wrong one! Ah, I love this game. Alright. Whoa! Oh shit! If you're curious, that was intentional for me to hit that barrel. So these things actually really hurt when they get in close, so I'm trying to avoid them where I can. As I let one sneak up behind me. The Exception, thank you very much for that sub. I think this is your... Ah! I think this is your first month. Thank you so much for doing that. Love seeing the contrast of this game versus my real fare. Oh my god, I love games like this. This is the one thing that's so funny is that people normally, obviously, and rightly so, like they associate me with, can I? I'm pretty sure I can kill him. Where is that coming from? That's really smart of them. That's really cool that you can use a grenade to flush them out rather than just sit there and take it. But what was I going to say? Yeah. So, I mean, first-person shooters are kind of what I grew up on. Strategy, I've always liked turn-based strategy. One of the funny things is I normally get associated with real-time strategy, and I sort of get it because that's technically what Paradox games are. But to me, I seem to really like extremes. So like I really like first-person shooters because they're like full of action and they're lots of fun, and I mean more importantly too, I get to talk about them. Like it's like you need to be pretty smart and you need to know exactly what you're trying to accomplish if you want to make a good first-person shooter. But I think I don't think I know I've already been here. I guess the big thing is like if I want an action game, I want like a full action game. And that's generally why I tend to play on a higher difficulty, because usually you need to have your wits about you so obviously the music's getting intense. I know that I need to like get ready for the nasty stuff that's going to come after me. Or at the very least I'll just snag some armor while I can. But like I also really love strategy for lots of reasons. And I mean again, that just takes a different kind of thinking. You know, it's the same way that in chess, like maybe you don't want an infinite amount of time in a chess game because you want there to be a you know, you want the game to move forward, basically. But with that in mind, well, just automatically letting me in, huh? It's not suspicious. But like with that in mind, you kind of like this idea that in principle, like if you see a chess game with sufficient time, like the people who have played it have made their best moves. So I like the fact that like in the case of
UAC. Now 221 accident-free days.
the fact that you know, like
God rested on the seventh day, but imagine how much further along we would be if he hadn't. The UAC is committed to excellence. That's why we implemented the 7-day work week. Now you can achieve greatness alongside your coworkers every day. Let's never stop achieving.
good lord, this reminds me of working for the bank. Oh wow, that felt like a slightly shorter level. Okay, cool. We'll keep going for this. But yeah, I don't know. It's I like the fact that things like broken free from prison, pitted against evil, the cycle begins anew. To discover the cause of the demonic invasion, first locate and align the communication satellite and the resource operations facility. So I guess I just like the fact that there's no such. I mean, obviously, like for speed runs and stuff like that, know your enemy.
Hello, I am Vega, the sentient intelligence assigned to Mars. After running diagnostics on the Praetor suit, it appears that I can activate optional challenges that, when completed, will assist in upgrading your arsenal at an accelerated pace. I have added a tracking component to your dossier.
Mission challenges are activated when a mission begins, and completing them will reward you with a weapon upgrade bonus. To view the requirements and track the progress of mission, tab of the dossier. Okay. 2 for kill 2 of the possessed with 1 trigger pull from the shotgun. Variety is the spice of death. Perform 5 different glory kills on the possessed, and Quite the Explorer, find 3 secrets. Oh, congratulations, Rogue Usagi. I really should do my taxes.
Main power offline. All entrances not operational.
Come on. Come on. God, you guys are slow. Oh, for God's sake.
Main power offline.
There.
Entrances not operational.
Speedy recovery reduces the recharge time between bursts. Rapid fire increases the fire rate of the burst. Quick reload reduces the loading time for charge burst. Charge efficiency decreases the time it takes to power up charged energy shot. Quick recovery decreases the recovery time for the pistol after using charged energy shot. Lightweight move at full speed while using the charged energy shot. Charge efficiency. You're thinking about taking half of that and invest. That is always a good idea. So. Oh, these are actually kind of hard to see. Oh, actually, that's a really cool idea that you see these eyes running at you. That's a fun little experience.
All entrances not operational.
Nope. Oh yeah, I need to do like 1,000,001 different glory kills on these things. But yeah, especially if you have a particular goal in mind. So like saving doesn't, or investing or that. Hey, Blaster1, how are you doing? Investing doesn't even necessarily have to mean that. Oop.
All entrances not operational.
God, I'm strong. Not today. I already did that one. Oh crap! Oh cool. Well, my grenade doesn't hit me. I'm doing quite well. I'm really enjoying the new Doom. If you haven't played it, I mean, I say new Doom, it's like 2 years old now, but, and sorry, I just got a private message. Let me just quickly catch that. I'm sorry, guys. Twitch isn't quite what it used to be. So I used to be able to see DMs in cast. Oh, apparently I didn't get one. My bad. You work this job in a full year, as long as you previously held a job with 6 months. Horrible with money. You're trying to be a lot better. Yeah. So like this is the big thing. It's like it doesn't have to be like 20 years, although it is helpful to consider what your needs will be in the future. So like I have a government job, which is, I think the deal basically is that you're not going to get rich doing it, but you'll be taken care of. Like the pension is reasonably good. So there's a bit of an argument that if I intend to stay in this job for the long term, then I shouldn't be putting as much aside for retirement. And I mean, nobody, especially when they're young, nobody wants to think about... Suck it. Nobody wants to think about the time that they're going to be retired. But the fact of the matter is that the sooner you think about it, the better off you're going to be, because of course the longer you've had to get this stuff sorted out. You can ban him if you want, Jess, but I'd love it.
Especially now. In what will be your final moments in this world? All the rumors, the human sacrifices, the hell portal, the demons. It's all true. My sisters and brothers, be thankful. You will be the first. You will have a seat alongside them, just as I will, in what will become the new world that they create for us. Starting now.
By the way, I love little things like the condensation on the windows. But yeah, so like nobody wants to think about retirement, but
Especially now.
it's
In what will be your final moments?
yeah, I've already heard this.
All the rumors, the human sacrifices, the hell portal, the demons. It's all true. My sisters and brothers, be thankful.
I thought there was another.
You will be the first. You will have a seat alongside them, just as I will, in what will become the new
okay.
world that they create for us. Starting now.
But yeah, so so in this case, there's a reason for me to say, okay, maybe I don't need to put as much money aside for retirement if I want to stay in this job. But that's not to say that I haven't thought about it. That's just a rational decision made based on my expected earnings. And again, I don't know if I'm going to stay in my current position forever. So, or at least like the, government work. But even something like, maybe you want to go traveling or something like that. If you, any amount of savings, and especially just having, having some savings set aside so that if something bad happens or something unexpected comes up, you're not in you're not in a bad spot. I don't think people can overestimate the kind of the value of having options. So when I was out of school originally, like oh Jesus Christ, that's a lot of armor that I lost just because of a stupid decision. You've had a 401k since you were 18. It's amazing how much it goes. Yeah, absolutely. And this is the big thing too, is that the longer that you're there, the more you can sort of absorb the shocks of the economy. So like if you're in a whole bunch of equities. Now again, don't take this as like hard investing advice. You should probably do those questionnaires that your financial advisors make you do to find out your risk tolerance and stuff like that. But the biggest thing is that if you start young, then basically what you do is you get to live out like all the fluctuations of the market. And effectively what your investment strategy is to just assume, if you're in equities, that there are going to be more goods and services demanded by more people over time than when you started off. And as long as you do that, you can buy just like an index fund or something like that and watch it grow, and just don't watch it. Like when there's a dip like what's happened now, you know, you're not bothered by it because you know you're not going to touch it for like 30 years. If, you know, you spend all your time investing in like the last 5 years before retirement, then you just simply don't allow your money to grow. And as a result, you know, it's going to be a little bit more stressful, or you need to set aside more of the money. So again, the biggest thing here is just as long as you think about it, it's not my job to say what you should do. If I had a, you know, if I had a perfect solution to that, I would probably be living a lot more comfortably than I am right now. But ultimately, the simple fact that you're taking the effort to think about it is worthwhile. And again, for me, I just think the idea of having, you know, having some liquidity, having some money set aside so that you can cover rent for a few months. And instead of like, so again, after grad school, I was like, I didn't have the option of doing a PhD. I simply could not afford to do that if I wanted. You know, I would, you know, I pretty much had to jump at the first job. Now, again, I graduated with an MA in economics, so it's not like I'm short on employment opportunities. But clearly, if I had more savings set aside, you know, I could, you know, if I didn't have, like, I had my choice of jobs going out. Like, I had a couple that I was considering. But if I didn't, obviously I would be more inclined to take a job that wasn't necessarily ideal for me, just so I can... Oh, there's probably a gore nest here somewhere. I don't know what hit me, but that sucks. Oh, that was great. How do you get up there? God, these things are tough. I don't even know what I'm shooting anymore. Okay, something just hit me hard. Okay, that sucks. I was trying to save ammo and I wound up losing a bunch of health instead. Okay, why did I try and do a... Holy crap! Okay, probably not what I needed to use that for, but there you have it. But yeah, so it's like, you know, just having there's a few things. So even if it's not like, I think somebody said here, cheapest way to buy something is to have cash up front. Sure. The other thing that you can say about it is, so like the fact that, you know, I have some saving, like I have a lot of debt still, but like I do have some savings set aside, in order to, you know, just kind of keep that cushion. So, you know, if I wind up losing my job for whatever reason, I'm able to, you know, I'm able to be okay. One of the nice things about having some cash is that if there's an opportunity that comes up, you know, something goes on sale that you really want, or, you know, any number of reasons, you want to be careful about this. So you don't want to like always just, you know, treat yourself and like all of a sudden all your savings are gone. But like having the flexibility to know that you're able to get something and you don't really need to think about it. It's like, okay, I just know that I need to hold back after a couple of weeks. So like, I like the fact that I could go to a bookstore and I bought myself a book. I didn't like worry about going on a website and getting like a used book or something like that. And then there was like a math book, which was like, it's an expensive one. So I was like, I can get it. And I'm like, but I don't really need it. So I didn't get that. And again, rather than just having to think every moment about, oh, what's the budget like? That is just like what you are buying is you are buying the peace of mind not to worry about every decision. And it's a great way to just take some stress out of your life. And I realize I'm really privileged to be able to say that. But those are some big reasons for savings, which are other than just what if something terrible happens. Maybe your risk tolerance is lower than mine, or sorry, it's higher than mine. Just simply being able to sort of say, it's like, you know what, I don't want to have to worry about stuff when I'm doing it. Like that is, I think that's a great reason on its own. Environments. And in that vision they saw the future, bold and powerful, and many worked as one to bring the new order. What better words to inspire you, as he said, about initiating yourself into the UAC. Those who came before you and those who now serve with all operate with the same goal in mind, the development of a new dawn for mankind. It is by this principle of teamwork that we elevate ourselves to the next plane of existence. If you have any new suggestions to improve the work environment while working your tenure at ResOps, please submit the suggestion in the forum WADE1M4. That's almost certainly a Doom level, but I don't know what's special about it. To your command controller. However, it is imperative that you learn to accept the things that you can't change and follow the path that has been laid out for you. Your service in ResOps is a test of your devotion to the cause. Should you be asked to submit yourself to an interrogation program or experimental treatment, you are expected to comply without question. If a fellow advocate asks you to engage in a dedication ceremony, say yes. If you see an advocate doubting their role at the UAC, bring it to the attention of an enforcer so they might receive the help they need. Don't be selfish. Tier 2 is for everyone. Captain Zergi was happy with the money set aside when you had to have surgery, couldn't work for a whole year, just sad that you were denied unemployment benefits because you were missing 12 hours at work to be eligible. That sucks. Isa said, you'll try and save when you can, never use credit card, always debit card that can't be overdrawn. That's really smart, Isa said. I mean, I'm not opposed to credit because I use it as a way to consolidate all my purchases into one thing, and I make sure I pay it off at the end of the month. But honestly, like if somebody thinks that they would spend more using a credit card,
Here at the UAC, we take pride in nurturing a growing workforce, and each year we harvest only the best of the best. Are you ready to move up? To take on new challenges? To become more than you ever dreamed you could be? Talk to your supervisor to see if you meet the requirements for this year's soul harvest.
This would have been a lot of fun to act. But yeah, honestly, if you think you're going to wind up spending more money, there's no advantage. The only thing I would say is get a credit card so that you can have it and so that you can build that credit report. But don't use it. Like if you feel that you're going to purchase more than what you would have, don't use it. Like there's no reason to. Or like only use it for like trivialities. Of course they gave me something to use this on. Oh god, that's so good! The chainsaw is a specialized melee weapon that is accessed by pressing G. Using the chainsaw required fuel. The bigger the demon, the more you need. Cutting apart a demon with a chainsaw will always drop a surplus of ammunition. That is so good! So again, another great example of how it's like, what are the ways, you know, it's an incredibly efficient way of doing everything. Oh, Jesus. It's an incredibly efficient way of just saying, is like, here are the elements that we have. We don't need to do anything extra to accomplish, you know, this particular goal. I fucked myself. I don't know why I decided to run into a group of enemies like that. But yeah, it's really neat to see how they... I'm so embarrassed by that. It's really neat to see how they basically just cut away all of the fat in the game. I think I'm going to do a quick look around. Oh, I've already been in this area. Okay. Did I... I always feel bad that I'm going to, like, miss something. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. I mean, I've already died once, right? So this is almost certainly a secret. No. Okay. No little Doom guy for me? Well, that's helpful. I think I've already got my...
Are you ready to move up? To take on new challenges? To become more than you ever dreamed you could be? Talk to your supervisor to see if you meet the requirements.
Where are you? Damn it. You don't even look at your bank account? Yeah, I don't need that kind of negativity in my life either. Insanely frugal most of the time. You don't think you'd overspend. You'd probably be even more paranoid. Always carry cash for necessities so that you keep on budget. Take exactly the amount you need for a given thing. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I've been mugged twice, so I'm not inclined to take cash, and I actually get annoyed. So I understand that some businesses want to save on their interchange fees. And so they kind of frown on you using credit. But the fact of the matter is I specifically look for places that have the credit sign on because it means I don't have to carry cash, and it means that I don't lose that money if I do get robbed. So it's basically like businesses that don't have a credit card symbol don't exist to me. And, yes, it sucks. If I could lower their interchange fees, I would. But, the fact of the matter is like it's almost a safety thing for me. So, like, that to me, the question is, see, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about with resources. I've got full fuel for the chainsaw. I could have just run through everything in that level. And, there wouldn't have been any consequence for it, but I hope this doesn't crush me. Excellent. But again, because I'm loss averse, I didn't do it. 2-second response. Oh. Where are you? Oh. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Alright, well, let's see what I can do.
Access denied. General security clearance required.
I guess it really does want me to go through the rat race. Only been using credit card, always paid off for credit history. Yeah, so the only problem with me right now is that I was taking advantage of I was taking advantage of 0% interest rates, and I mismanaged the finances, so I wasn't able to transfer it between cards, which means I've got a huge amount of debt at 20% interest. It is so bad, but it's what I got right now, so... Where's the next one? I'm gonna get you too! And I'm gonna get you! Where's the next one? Ammo for days! I don't care if I took that damage to the face. That was awesome! But yeah, so other than that, big mistake. And I'm kind of hoping that my tax returns, when I finally do all my taxes, will cover a lot of that. But it's one of these things where I acknowledge the mistake that I made. It's totally my fault. And I just need to manage my finances accordingly. So I tried to make sure that I was always cash flow positive every month when I was sort of in my training period at work, or not training, but like probationary period, which I'm still technically in, but I've gotten a promotion. And so the idea there would be that the gains that I got from any raise would just kind of roll into my already somewhat frugal lifestyle, and I would basically it would be money that I hadn't been anticipating, and all of that could go down to paying down the debt, which is roughly how I'm doing it. Although I think I'm overspending a little bit, seeing as I know I have the extra money. Oh, it's safe now, the exception. I've got, I don't have any fuel for it. Alright. I know the penalty for rushing on this thing, so... What is making that noise? Also, I really need to remember to start using the grenades more often. I always get a little sulky whenever I can't get a headshot. Third time's a charm. Oh, more chainsaws. It's not supposed to move.
Access denied. Yellow security clearance required.
Well, clearly I've not been doing enough fighting. It's actually kind of interesting here that they give you ways of getting behind the locked doors and just simply other problems to deal with. So like I'm obviously behind a red door, but there's other things that require the red key card. That's an interesting kind of inversion of what my expectations would be for key cards. And I can't go back here, so... I'm gonna save that exploding barrel in case I need it. Oh, come on. Whee!
Unsafe alert. Lockdown in effect.
Oh, it's not! Ah! God damn it. I think I need to get the... Ah, damn it. Okay. Get back here, you son of a... Down, boy! Crap. Ooh, that's a lot of guys. Oh, shit. Okay, gotta get out of here. Okay, bought me a little time. Oh, no.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Cool. SC reminds me of one of your high school sons. He does the same kind of laugh, and he's scary when he runs around with a blade. I don't carry blades. While you were out fornicating, I studied the blade. It's just the game messing with me. I suspect that's probably intentional, Troldus. Like, again, and when you think about it, so in a game where you reload... Oh, cool. in a game where you reload, like, you want to have these moments of rest where you are able to, you're able to sort of get yourself back into fighting shape in relative safety. And then, of course, this game doesn't have recharging health. So, this is the game just telling me I'm stupid and I need some hints as to where to go. Ooh, I got some... Oh, I didn't take a look at what my challenges are. Find 3 secrets. Okay. Do I have to... Fully modded. If you have 2 mods available for a weapon, you can quickly switch between them by pressing R. All right. Well, I definitely like the charge burst more than anything. I was hoping I would be able to upgrade the pistol, but it seems like it wants to force the issue. But yeah, so like in this case, we were talking about how like everything about this game is set up to basically minimize the distance between. Like it's the Diablo style of first-person shooter. Like. It's kind of like loot piñatas and things like that. So again, they don't want you hiding and regenerating health. They want you actively getting those HPs through glory kills. They don't want to have any delays in terms of your ability to deal death, so they remove the reload. But they give you only a little bit of ammo so that you're constantly looking for these different things. Like everything about it seems to be specifically designed to make the game as kinetic as possible, which I think is the right way to go because again, Doom is not like a military sim. It's not Arma. So, oh, that's a nice touch. Probably should glory kill one of those so I can get the health. You lose. That's another neat little touch, right? So you think you're safe. It's like, 3 of these guys, I'll just get some headshots, and then the imp appears. They've kind of caught me on that a couple of times. Sorry, you've been doing laundry and dishes, even though 3 adults live in this house, you're apparently the only one capable of doing those. That's fine, Kaylee Cakes. I'm pretty sure everybody can tell you that I reacted in a very sensible and mature way when I got the chainsaw. I mean, the fact that I don't see any clips of that tells me. Endors! Thank you very much for that subscription. That is 7 months in a row. I'm actually going to take a quick second here and let's see if I can enable any kind of subtitles. Yes. By the way, how's the audio for you guys? I mean, obviously this game is supposed to be a bit louder, so I don't mind turning up the volume if that would work. But yeah, seeing as nobody has clipped the sounds that I make when I use the chainsaw, I feel perfectly okay in saying that nothing happened while you were gone, Kaylee Cakes. Oh, only 60 shots?
Employees are subject to regular med checks to ensure their production capabilities are not degraded.
Well, just says otherwise, so you two are going to have to sort it out between yourselves.
To the UAC's Mars installation, located in the vast Hellas Plain impact basin, this high-tech mining research facility is pushing the boundaries of the imagination each and every day. As a valuable employee,
Oh, hello. Oh, this is a cool gun. That's just unfair that they're up there. Ah! Gotta get that health where I can. Ah, crap. Nope, not that. Great, 3 bullets. Where are you? Alright, got the ammo now. Fuck. Ah, there we go. I have no idea what this is doing, but oh, there's nobody left. Oh, come on. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Okay, well, the music still tells me stuff's going on, so... And Mick Gordon has never led me astray. Oh, what did you laugh at, Jesse Quill? I don't... I'm losing track. I get really focused on the... This is actually the one problem, is I don't know if the commentary for this game is any good, because I like this game. Well, I don't know, if it's like cold and rainy and like... You get clean enough going out in the rain, right? Oh, I don't know. You know I like Star Trek. It's like Spock's doing the pod race. It's like Ben-Hur.
I'm blocking your access to the facility scanner. Come to the Vega terminal, and I'll give you what you need.
Why do I think this guy does not have my best interests in mind? Well, they're dead. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Oh, I guess the elevator's already here. Love having free laundry facilities, makes a great son who never brings home. Yeah, there's something up there. Ah! Where'd you come from? God damn it! I need that armor. I don't particularly mind doing. I mean, it's. I have. There are laundry facilities where I live, so I'm generally okay with that. The only. I mean, so the one problem is that everybody does it on the weekend, which you know, no surprise there, but it's a little bit of a pain to try. Like, especially if you get all your stuff ready to go and then somebody else is using it. That's always a bit of a pain. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty lucky that I have, well, I'll admit too, it's a little expensive for what I get, I think, but I definitely prefer that over having to take the laundry out. This is like the getting over it with Bennett Foddy of climbing games. Also, I know Blaster 1 is here, so I'm sure he can let you know that, sorry, he can let your mom know that her laundry services are missed. I wonder if I can make this. This is probably gonna suck for me, but oh no, no! I thought shift was run, but it turns out it was walk. Well, at least I get round 2 with those imps. That's funny that. So the 3 times I've died, 2 are like stupid environmental things, and then 1 was just me actually behaving like a bit of an idiot when the demons were around. Okay, they're already dead. Cool. Hate drying dishes and hanging clothes. Yeah, I pay for the dryer because I think, well, Jess has seen images of my apartment. Like I don't think it's. I think I can hang clothes there. All right. So let's see if I can. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to make this, but I've already like perished to the falls. So. Oh, that's a load of bull. I definitely should have been able to grab that edge. All right. I'm going to try and not kill my. I'm going to try not to kill my my stats, and I'll find another way to get in there. If anything, I just don't want to do this walk again. I mean, one thing I'll say, I've never understood. So I realize that I probably have a bit more of a tolerance for clutter than I really should and would make me a good roommate. I tend to keep that more in like my own areas. So like, again, people who've seen like the photos of the inside of my apartment know that there's usually a lot of books around. And that's just like, that's just me. Like that's unfortunately a feature, not a bug. So I don't quite see me changing that. But like then there's the other stuff where it's like, you know, I had a roommate who would like never do dishes. Like always had to be chased about it. And like I'd always get this like really snide like I'm letting them soak. And it's like, okay, so you've let this stuff soak for like, I mean at this point you're marinating them. Like how? Oh, hi. How many bullets does it take? Oh, crap. Oh, does that bounce back? Feels like that took a lot. Actually, I bet the game will tell me what I'm supposed to do with those. Not what I was... Oh yeah, I also need to use these upgrades. So quick recover, yes. Nope, I only have 1. Okay. Heavy assault rifles locked. So speedy recovery reduces the recharge time between bursts. Increases the fire rate of the burst. Oh, actually, that would be good. But yeah, it's just like that's one of the ones where I'm like, I'm gonna have some like middle ground. I am definitely of the opinion that if you you make a dirty dish, you clean a dirty dish, it is not an ordeal. It is not a big deal to get that taken care of. It's when you let them pile up that it becomes a pain, and so you can prevent the pain from just cleaning as you go. But yeah, I mean, basically what all this stuff just comes down to is simple courtesy, right? We share a space. It would be great if we can just, do things in a way that doesn't make it unpleasant for everyone else to live here. Like, it doesn't seem like rocket science, but yeah, I think everybody's on. And even then, like, I'm not even that militant about it. Like, so I very rarely will like confront any kind of roommate or anything like that about an issue like that. It's only when it becomes like a genuine problem. Because I don't know the circumstances, right? If somebody's legitimately having a bad day, sure, put them in the sink, do what you want. Like, sometimes you just don't need, that annoyance. But like when it becomes a regular habit, then it's like, okay, you gotta, you're smarten up. Okay, possess security. Possessed security units exhibit more complex battle strategies of all the possessed humans, including mobile shield advances towards the enemy and firing while in defilade? Interesting. Possessed security, I don't know that word, will also drop their shields to adopt more accurate firing stance at the cost of lowering their defense. And what about the possessed soul? Okay, yeah, that's still security. Yeah, well, and that's just it. Like, I think to a certain extent, it's not even necessarily that they're being particularly Machiavellian about it, but I do think there's just a certain point where people come to rely on the fact that people don't confront them, and so they just simply don't learn. Well, hello there. Down! Down! Again, needlessly losing health for something that didn't give me any advantage. This is the biggest thing I need to realize about this game is that, okay, well, they got me for sure. There's literally no advantage to headshots in this game. How the hell am I going to sort this out? Crap. Thank you. More health. Oh, god damn it! Ah! What am I gonna do? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to handle those guys yet. I guess I could try and be a little more accurate with my pistol. But screw you. But yeah, and then the other thing was like the deck became like the place where you'd put like pop cans and stuff like that. It's just like, come on, like, garbage goes in the garbage bin. If we don't have a recycling bin, is it really that, like, do you need me to explain that you can get a Rubbermaid? Like, this is not beyond comprehension. But yeah, just tell our roommates when you did. We'd pick a day of the week to go do the crappy cleaning and do it all together. Then everybody would just hit their own. Yeah. And again, like, I say this as somebody who, again, is probably on the annoying side of, like, whoa. You know what? Chainsaws are how I'm going to handle those guys. Of like not cleaning stuff up. So like there's books all over the place. But I don't know. It's funny though, like when I look at my workspace, like my workspace is immaculate. You missed. Anyways, what do you guys think of Doom so far? I hope I haven't been screwing it up too much in terms of the commentary. You think bookshelves would at work help that? Maybe at home too? Maybe. I'm just looking for cheap ones. I refuse to believe that the IKEA bookshelves are the cheapest option. Whoa. Oh, you dirty... Oh, fuck, fuck! Surprise! What's down here? Oh, well, that's the objective. Did I actually upgrade my outfit? I don't feel like I did. Okay, so I can put more environmental resistance, area scanning technology, equipment system. And... Oh. I like power-ups. Oh, hang on. Upon activating a power-up, health will be filled to maximum capacity. That actually sounds really good. Is there nothing for me here? That seems almost cruel. I mean, I remember I used to have like cinder blocks and wood for bookshelves. That still works, right? All right. Again, easy solution to ah, damn it. You know where I have a lot of space, Jess? Underneath my kitchen sink. I've been so trained to look for secrets that I constantly go the opposite of where the guide tells me.
It's a gift. Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey, if you can withstand the power surge.
Permanently increases maximum health capacity, armor, or ammo. So my main reasoning for that...
Is pure Argent energy you've just taken into your system.
Oh cool, it's robot.
Seems to agree with you. I will unlock the remaining Argent cells within the facility for you. Vega, give him what he wants.
61,337 UAC members deceased. 81% of the facility is on lockdown. demonic presence through the Mars installation is critical. According to the records, Dr. Hayden, the invasion originated in the Lazarus facility. It seems that a hell wave was activated, transforming 64% of all UAC employees into the creatures you see roaming throughout the facility. The rest were killed by the demons released from their holding cells by Olivia Pierce.
I feel I should apologize for what's happened here. Some of my employees took things too far. Olivia was the cause of all this, and I believe you will have to deal with her in time. You may not agree with our research, but know this. We exploited hell and its resources because it was in mankind's best interest to do so. What you now see in this facility is the cost of progress. But none of that matters now.
There is an emergency in the foundry. The regulators have been destroyed and the core temperatures are now destabilizing.
They've overrun the adjacent facility. If the venting turbines aren't re-engaged, neither of us will survive the meltdown.
There's a couple things that sort of interest me about this. This is the only time that I can think about a decision made in the game to stop me from being able to just kill more aliens. Like, it stops for me to listen to some exposition. Now, I kind of like stories in games, so I'm not particularly bothered by this decision, and yet it seems a little strange that this whole thing has been about, like, making me jump around as quickly as I can. And, why does it say combat unavailable? But yeah, it's sort of interesting that there's a pause that's put on the game. With the satellite back online, the full scale and origin of the attack is revealed. Olivia Pierce, the Lazarus Project's lead scientist turned cult leader, activated a hell wave and released hundreds of demons from their holding cells in the Lazarus laboratories. The devastation that followed has left the facility on the brink of complete destruction. The foundry reactors are in critical meltdown. Samuel Hayden, a survivor and head of the Mars facility, has offered you his help if you need it. You don't. You just need ammo and a way to stop the meltdown before it tears the base apart. So one thing that I actually kind of find interesting is you can just leave during story stuff? Okay, I didn't know that. Because what really interested me was there's like a YouTube... So I like listening to the Doom soundtrack a lot, and I was doing this on YouTube originally. And there's like, I hate video titles like this, but it's like, Doom, middle finger to cinematic gaming. So it's like, there's nothing wrong with cinematic gaming. You guys have heard me go on at length about how I don't like The Last of Us being held up as an example of video game narrative. And it's not because I think it's a bad story. I think it's a very good story. I just think it's a story that is made by people who are just as comfortable making a movie. The major moral decisions that you make in that game are ones where, they're ones that are made in cutscenes. The decisions that you make are, am I going to shoot this guy or am I going to sneak around this guy? And then, I played the first, the little opening prologue to see, how would it run? Do I get a consistent frame rate while I'm doing it on stream and stuff like that? And, there's these little bits where, you've got Dr. Samuel Hayden. I need to apologize for all the stuff that's going on, There's plenty of moments where there's these little cutscenes of things going on. So I think it's so funny that apparently, for one reason, apparently we really need to hate a cinematic trend in gaming. And that number two, Doom, which clearly has its own cutscenes, is apparently supposed to be the antidote to it. Like, I love the fact that the game is really rapid. But they're clearly, they're stopping the action to tell their story just as any other game. I just happen to think that the moments that they have in between the story being told are really well, they're really well crafted and they're action packed. Oh, hello.
After running more diagnostics on the active Praetor suit, it appears that I can accelerate the upgrading of your arsenal by measuring your combat effectiveness. I have added a tracker to your helmet's display.
Participation in combat will now reward weapon upgrade point.
Allow you access to the turbine room unless the demonic threat level is brought down inside the foundry. Our security systems cannot be overridden.
All right, I now have a motivation to go kill those demons. I didn't need that before. Participating in combat will now reward weapon upgrade points. Find and kill as many demons as possible during a mission to maximize your combat rating. You don't need to tell me twice. Does one play Doom to avoid encounters with the demons? I didn't realize the game needed to give me an incentive to do that. I am questioning my decision to questioning my decision to default to the pistol all the time. Tactical scope. It attaches a tactical scope that allows for zooming in on targets with the weapon mod button. Tempting. Hold the weapon mod button to bring up a rack of micro missiles. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have better accuracy, but clearly I need to do as much damage as possible. I also really want to find one of those power-ups that like lets me punch the crap out of everything. Foundry, congratulations, new advocate. If you are reading this message, then you have been promoted to the Foundry resource team. If you were were volunteered for this service, you are joining an elite band of Tier 1 advocates whose work and dedication keeps our mission running on all cylinders. As a member of the Foundry resources, you have access to some of the most advanced equipment that the UAC has to offer, including grip-ton cargo handlers, Delta V jump boots, and dinophasic elevators. New members might want to consider applying for an exclusive team tattoo upon joining us as a sign of faith in our science. Team tattoos are a mark of your tireless work at UAC. You can be requested by signing up for any of the Lazarus Wave case studies. Please contact a Tier 3 advanced weaponry technician to fill in your application for a pentagram brand today. Who could turn that down? Cool. Give me the health. Crap. Oh, hello. Damn it. I really wanted that health, but...
Gas leak detected.
Yeah, but what's behind this? Fire. And I just want to double check this is... Yes, this is the same room. There was something I wanted, but I can't remember what it was.
Access denied.
Either of you guys have a hand I can borrow? What? I don't think that's an imp.
Warning. Core temperature rising.
You're not gonna time me on this, are you? Crap. I'll get your guys' opinion on this, because like I'm obviously just going to be running around being a dummy for the next little bit. This lava looks really nice. So when I have to deal with, you know, the middle finger to cinematic gaming, how do you guys feel about that? Do you think that games have taken a bit more of a turn for... I'm not even going to say the cinematic, but maybe like there's a little too much time spent talking, a little bit too much time not spent on the gamey parts, and that games are sort of reflecting things made by people who maybe couldn't make it in Hollywood or didn't have, you know, connections or whatever. Or is this just, you know, another way that people complain about their favorite hobby because apparently that's just what we do nowadays? Because I know you guys know I have strong opinions on just about everything gaming-wise, but I'm mildly curious as to whether or not some of these, you know, some of these complaints are actually based on some kind of like lived experience or. Oh, cool! So I do borrow his hand. I swear I'll bring it right back. I just got that armor. That slide is a very nice touch.
Gas leak stopped.
You only find it weird how people can feel a game is too gamey? People think that? I mean, I always hear people complaining about, you know, the SJWs want stories and that's why gaming sucks now. Like, you know, I'm not suggesting that these are particularly coherent or interesting complaints, but that's a middle finger to cinematic gaming. That's another middle finger to cinematic gaming. That's 3 middle fingers to cinematic gaming. You figure out the logistics. I don't know what you are, but I hate you. Alright, that's just unpleasant.
Demonic threat reduced by 25%.
I have to wonder what does one consider demonic threats in terms of percentages? I always thought that is more of a binary state. What do you think, chat? Do you think you should consider... Do I say this home is demon infested? Or do I say this home is about 60 to 75% demon infested? You think it was with Mass Effect 3, they thought the final boss was too gamey. Well, okay, I think I see where people are going with that, because of course so this is a little bit like the analogy that I would draw. Oh, I wonder if I burp if I can sound like Samuel Hayden. Oh, but there was a final boss for Mass Effect 2. Yeah, I don't think that's a good criticism of Mass Effect 3. I mean, unless there's something like really, just like really unique about the Mass Effect 3 boss. I think that's just complaining because people wanted to complain about the third Mass Effect game. But like I can sort of see a complaint for a game like Mass Effect coming through, because if you think about it right, like if you're playing D&D and like your DM, like it just feels like the encounters that your DM's putting you through are like very rote, mechanical, kind of like, okay, now we're gonna have, you know, 6 of the generic soldier guys, and like the entire, like I always sort of felt that
Core temperature rising.
if I did like a D&D game and people spent, oh, turns out there's more. And there was like a lot of dice rolling and nothing else, then it was a failure, because like people want to have a good yarn. Like, it's not that you can't have the other stuff. And like I think most gamers are going to be disappointed if they don't get to, you know, I mean, so if somebody's playing a fighter character, right, they don't want to spend a lot of time going over like moldering tomes or learning about the creatures from beyond. But you know, I'm not entirely sure everybody wants to be just generic, like, Joe, yeah, demons, can you just hold on a second? I want to get powered up. Okay, thank you. Please stop hitting me. That really hurts and I'm out of armor. More ammo. It's kind of cheesy that I take damage while I'm doing an extended animation. Although I guess my fault for picking the thing up, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like, I would say that in my experience, like D&D campaigns that involve all dice rolling are considered to be sort of the weaker experiences, and this is just because, like, you know, the DM was a little tired that week and didn't want to come up with like a story or something like that. So I think I can sort of understand it, but I mean, again, like, this is, I think one of the things, this is why I'm really into Cultist Simulator, is that Cultist Simulator is telling its story. All right, I think we're gonna need to do a strategic retreat. Okay, this sucks. Where am I gonna find some health? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to run away in Doom. Well, I tried. Oh, they thought adding a final boss would be too gamey. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't mind that. Wow, that's really far away. Power up effectiveness equipment system. So what else do I get? Self-preservation, decrease weapon self-damage. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go all over that and
Threat reduced by 25%.
I really enjoyed Mass Effect 2. It had a final boss. It was one I enjoyed quite a bit. I especially like, so like the big thing that I think everybody remembers from Mass Effect is the big speech that you give before you go on like the big final mission, right? Like that's a memorable moment, and it's really neat to pick those dialogue options and sort of see how you can craft the big heroic speech at the end. Like this is a staple of, you know, of kind of big space opera-ish stories. I don't think it's bad to have. Oh, this is kind of neat. They give you a little green. Yeah, so basically in this game, green means go this direction. I sort of mentioned that before, but they really let you know. I also learned that you can hold down the space button. I wonder if the armor is still there. No, it is not. Oh well. But they still have their arm. Playback available, echo recording. Am I missing something here? Or this is probably just to show the demon taking these guys out. If the freaking players decide to go charging somewhere, you're obviously warned them they're not prepared for the deserve the part. Well, yeah. I'm thinking more just so in terms of the crafting, like, you know. So obviously, I mean, the players are going to tell you what they want. Like if they want like just some big power fantasy or something like that, you know, just give them a big old stack of, you know, of low HP enemies to deal with, and, you know, they can smack stuff to their heart's content. I'm not going to put a value judgment on that. It's probably not the most sophisticated choice to make as a DM, but if that's what your players want and you're happy giving it to them, then, you know, fair game. My health. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if it's a role-playing game, like if you want to inhabit this person, then I can sort of see not wanting to reduce it all down. And as I was saying about Cultist Simulator, like the thing that I really enjoy about that game is that there's just so many story things that are just kind of communicated through the mechanics of the game. It's a really satisfying experience to play that. Give me the health! Man, those shields are, Are you kidding me? Where was his stun so I could do the glory kill? I really need those health. Where are you? Holy crap, that's a lot of guys. Never give up, never surrender. Maybe reconsider the... Oh, please get the health, please get the health! Where are you? Oh. There we go. Mikey. Reminds me of Lava's Chrono Trigger when you first reach the end of time. Click portal. You probably shouldn't go there. Choose anyway. You died. Yeah. I mean, I'll admit though. So I almost kickstarted this, and I feel bad. Somebody gave me like 3 gifts. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say where it came from, but somebody very kindly gave me 3 gifts for Christmas. It was basically like, here's a library of oh crap. Oh god! Down! Down! Well, that's what I get for running. That's a really fun fun encounter. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have gone on Nightmare.
Demonic threat reduced by 25%.
I just want to know how to get up there. Can't a man get his fancy armor? Apparently not. God damn, that hits hard. Oh! But yeah, so I was really looking forward to Torment Tides of Numenera, and you know, it's by the team that did the new Wasteland 2. You know, Brian Fargo's got a pretty good track record, and clearly Planescape Torment is a really well regarded game that is, especially with things. I mean, they're using the engine from Pillars of Eternity. So like obviously that's a Unity engine, but so what's the deal there? Oh, it's okay, I get it.
Warning. Core temperature rising.
Oh, I can tell you what I got. So I got The Witness, I got Real Politics, and I got damn it. And so The Witness, Real Politics, and damn it, that was a good hit. Oh boy. Oh, please let me get that health. Please let me get that health. Thank you. Oh god. And another. I probably at some point should consider another chainsaw attack, but health first. All right, what was I gonna say? But yeah, like super nice of them. And I finally got a chance to try Torment Tides of Numenera. and you know, had some fairly high expectations, because even though Pillars of Eternity wasn't exactly my cup of tea, I do like Tyranny. It's like, okay, well, this is the engine that's sort of like the, you know, the modern take on Infinity Engine style games. You know, this is the creators of, you know, of the original Torment returning. You know, fresh coat of paint, should be interesting, right? It starts with this weird like dream opening, and like I go through and I probably spend like 5 or 10 minutes on you know, on this little story event. Oh, hello, Hell Knight. Down, boy. He wants me bad. Wow. Okay, I did not know that was area effect. But basically, it ends like there's this whole. Oh God, that's a really far way back to.
Demonic threat reduced by
All right, well, I'll live with it.
55%.
I need to get better at that. Jesus Christ. Oh, my health. I needed the health off that, actually. This is a terrible way of dealing with this shield. That seemed like a projectile. Man, okay, I'm... Easy peasy. But yeah, I remember having that experience. So like, again, I'm going through this opening. I have no idea what's going on. It hasn't even told me my character's sex yet. And then basically it's like, yeah, and then you fall to earth and you're splattered against the, you know, against the pavement or whatever. And I'm like, well, what's the point of that? Like, I remember being profoundly annoyed by that decision. And, I still don't know what story purpose that served, to be completely honest. Oh wow, that was it's pretty heavy duty stuff. All right, where's the ugly guy? So, and then, I mean, I got into it. Oh, crap. This is going to be where the tough stuff happens. Or maybe not. Trying to play it somewhat cautious just because I have been dying for stupid reasons. Well, if you guys would really like to play the game, it's available wherever fine games are sold. I don't know how many more times I need to say. I don't want to be told how to play the game. If I'm forgetting part of my arsenal, that is for me to learn. If I can make it more explicit, unless you hear the safe word, don't tell me how to play my fucking games. I'm actually specifically only going to use the weapons up to this point. I don't give a fuck if you think you're not telling me. Keep it to yourself. If you think it's even remotely possible that I will take it as backseating, don't say it. I cannot express how annoying it is to have people say, oh, this next bit is going to be so exciting. You're going to love it. It's like, oh, well, you're forgetting that one thing on there. I don't give a shit. I want to play the game. There's a massive cost to playing a game for the first time on stream and having to deal with a chat. I don't know how I can be more clear on it. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. Don't even think of doing it. If you do it in a dream, wake up and write me a 6-paragraph apology.
Remember, the blind council is always
Cool, well, there's that. Again, I'm going to be a bit of a pain in the ass and look for... This is actually one of the funny things too. Every time I use this pistol, I usually do it to either conserve ammo or health, and I wind up losing both. Can I do it? Yes. Crap. That was not worth it. That was. It's going to be a big fight. What have I got? So, not a whole lot on the... Well, we got a lot for the plasma rifle, though. So, no, that was an incredibly stupid idea. I thought there might have been a gap to go through. There wasn't. I'm going to assume there's at least one Hell Knight that comes out of this thing, but I've also learned that running away is not the answer. So I think I'm going to pull out the chainsaw as quickly as I can. That was not nearly as bad as I thought, but I know it's not over. Or maybe it is. Oh, that was a mistake. I got very lucky with those stairs. Yeah, so I think the trick on those guys seems to be to give them just enough distance that they think they can catch up with you, but not enough that they actually do that jumping attack, because the AoE always tends to take me down. It's kind of neat. The keys are not nearly as annoying as I thought they would be. I'm trying to think what it is. So part of this might just be a simple better level design choice, and that the reason why keys were annoying in the first place was it just simply was a reflection of poorly thought levels. I'm not 100% sure I believe that, but it sort of seems to make sense.
Accidental death and dismemberment formula? See Jessica in Human Resources for assistance.
Oh, it's almost like it wants me to use the chainsaw. Okay, well that was less exciting. Also, one thing I really like about the design of the imps is they're really good at... So obviously they're like super mobile. Alright, well... I wish I knew... Okay, we got a little time on the... Damn it! Give me the grenade! It's not the smartest thing for me to do. Hopefully I can get this payoff. Yes. Shit. Of course this guy comes up. Alright, let's dance.
Demonic threat reduced by 75%.
By that one shot, or... My health.
Have you filled out your UAC accidental death and dismemberment formula? See Jessica in Human Resources.
Probably should have gone for the chainsaw again. But yeah, I like that. So number one, they're super mobile, obviously. But on top of that, they are they're pretty good at sneaking. Like they use mobility really well, so you never really feel safe when they're around. And they hit like a truck. I was a little surprised by that. I shouldn't be because of the difficulty level, but there you have it. I feel like I shouldn't be going this way, but yeah, I've already been here. Obviously there's something around to try and hurt me, but... Alright. I don't think I have a lot of hope of sharpshooting them, but... It might be good. Oh, I don't need the health, so... Okay, I don't know where these guys came from, but they're annoying me. It's definitely still imps there. Oh. I'm pretty sure there was a second one, but I won't go for it. And I was just here, so...
Your devotion to the UAC's mission on Mars is the foundation to us.
Alright, so there's like 100 different ways into this room, but... Let's take a look at the map. So if I immediately turn around, it looks like I haven't been here, and if I go immediately forward, and apparently there's a secret that I haven't picked up. Cool. Let's try turning around immediately, and because it's red, it's locked, which means I want to go... Well, it'd be super great if I can get those secrets, but I don't think I'm going to. So let's just go straight forward until I see something exciting. Alright, this is up the stairs, so this is going to be a problem. Okay, forward, right, right. They lied. Well, hello there. I think I'm fucked. I'm sure there is something painfully or something about this lower level, maybe? Seems really low, though. Oh, hang on. This is probably a key card. Nope, that's data log. I get very stubborn when it comes to stuff like this, so if it says there should be a stairwell through this, I actually want to see what it's talking about. Okay, so I go down that. And I'm somehow supposed to believe that there is not a wall there. But there is, in fact, a stairwell. I disbelieve. Well, there's the last nest. Hi! God damn it. Surely there is some better way that I can access that. Well, here goes nothing. No, okay, that wasn't as bad as thought. Well, I'm slightly sad I didn't get that health, but that was very exciting to get it. Oh, god damn it. Well, that wasn't so bad.
Demonic presence reduced to minimum safe levels. Lockdown disengaged.
Again, I'm utterly perplexed
Room doors now open.
as to what I missed with that red key, which is apparently totally irrelevant. But while I'm down here, I might as well do a little exploration. Probably not conducive to long-term health and safety. Oh god. Well, presumably I can jump on the... Nope, nope, I definitely cannot. Might be just as well as a good time to finish off. I know I try to do the full cast where I can, but
Demonic presence reduced to minimum safe levels. Lockdown disengaged. Turbine room doors now open.
I know the turbines are open, but I want to find the red card. If I can get more weapon bonuses. It's kind of neat. It's a little reward mechanism, so if you don't sort of blitz through the game, it rewards you with extra loot. Again, I've sort of been of the opinion that if somebody doesn't want to play the game, there's no point in like forcing them. I guess the biggest thing is I don't really feel a need to reward someone for playing the game the way it was intended, i.e. actually fighting. Yeah, I don't think jumping into the fire is quite the way that I want to get the health for that. Alright, so there's really good armor over there. I can presumably jump on there. Don't know if I can jump up onto those. Okay, well, I'm kind of curious, so... Yep. Ah, god damn it. It's a pain in the ass. But yeah, I don't know. So, I've never quite felt the need to, to give somebody a reward for enjoying the game. Like, killing demons should be fun, and if killing demons aren't fun, why are you making a Doom game? But on the other hand, I guess it's sort of... I don't know if it's a speedrunning thing. Surely there's some reason that they put that in, because it's like Doom's not the only game to do that. Alright, let's see if I make stupid mistakes again. Well, I may make stupid mistakes, but at least they... not as they relate to the acquisition of armor. Now, how the hell I get back is another question. Oh, you're kidding me. I hate jumping puzzles so much. I wonder if the armor's still there. You better believe I'm going back to get it if it is. Yep, it's there. Okay, this should be a good opportunity for some health. Yeah, so presumably I'm supposed to get back from that location. I think I'm just really, really bad at this kind of What the fu- Okay, I am not going back for that armor. Ever since Half-Life, I've never been able to do stuff like that. It's the silliest thing. I'll play a game like Risk of Rain, and I'll like nail a landing on like a pinhead. But as soon as you put me in a first-person shooter, I cannot maneuver to save my life. I don't know if that works the other way. Again, nice green lights to remind me where I need to be moving. Ah. Okay then. Oh, that's neat. Okay. That's the airlock. What about the red card? There's data log down below that I haven't gotten. Secret that I haven't gotten. What's yellow supposed to be? I'm assuming that's just the yellow door. And again, a whole branch that seemingly does not exist in my world. And it's not at all clear what... Another elite guard, I guess? Also, I've been completely ignoring... I've been completely ignoring the challenges this time around. Let's, Weapon-wise, I sort of feel like quick recovery is the one to go for. Ammo efficient, rapid fire. Yeah, I mean quick recovery, especially with the way that I use this pistol. Okay, actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to call it for tonight. I am probably going to play a bit of this on my own so that I can find the red keycard myself. But I'm not entirely sure it is the most fun to see me stumbling around a level going through rooms that I've already been to. And oh, well, there's something for me to kill, so we'll get that out of the way first. Well, now I've gone and done it. That would have been a good chance for me to get my my barrel kill. Well, there's the data. Yeah, I don't know. I think going through this level on my own just seems like a much more fun way of exploring the game the way I want to without making it boring for the stream. Obviously, I've got some stuff to kill now, so that's that has some value. But unless I'm gonna get some kind of like explosion kill like what I want, I'm not sure it's gonna give me exactly what I was looking for. And I mean, I was only going to be streaming for another half hour anyway, so... Did I inadvertently just wind up in the part of the level that's like the objective? Doesn't seem right. I also need to get a slightly better tracker on what it takes to take out a... Oh no, this is where I need to be. Okay, cool. So we're back to where I started. I am going to continue investigating here. But yeah, I've got, I probably only have like 20 or 30 more minutes left for a full cast anyway. It is fairly late and I have other things to do. And of course, I've been slowly bleeding viewers for the last little while. So, sorry for the late start. I like Doom a lot. I will be playing it again. And I don't know if I'll be doing it on Friday. But I want to see this thing through to the end. So thank you everybody for watching. Let's find somebody to... host. Oh, Johnny's still doing Fortnite. So I will say if you guys like Dark Forces 2, Kilgore Trout is currently playing that. He's got 85 people watching him right now though, so it would be kind of nice if we can support somebody who has fewer viewers. If you'd like to come along on the raid, I know I've lost most. Johnny Big Time is a really great caster. Even if Fortnite is a very saturated game on Twitch, I think he always brings something special to it. A little bit like Kaylee Cakes. Like, I'll watch Kaylee Cakes for DayZ. I will watch Johnny Big Time for Fortnite, even if I don't necessarily enjoy those games myself, or if I don't play them very much. They really do. I think they're a great example of how you can do a somewhat stale game in an original way. And I'd love it if you guys could come along. If you do the raid message, Retarded System Talker, this place was better. Obviously, that lets them know where you're from. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But I'd love it if you guys can give Johnny some support. He's really a worthwhile caster. I've never really seen him do a bad cast, and I always feel very happy to drop you guys off with him. So I will see you guys on Friday. No word yet what I'm going to be casting yet, but I hope it will be something as enjoyable as Doom. See you guys later.